You're watching a production of Comcast CN 900, your home for local sports, news, and entertainment.
Downriver is the unofficial name for a collection of 18 suburban cities and townships in Wayne County, south of Detroit along the western shore of the Detroit River. Come with us on the Michigan Edge as we explore the history, entertainment, culture, and communities of Downriver. You're watching The Michigan Edge, a new series that will surprise you with stories and views of individual towns and communities that make Michigan such a unique place. We will uncover the special combination of history, places, events, culture, and people that have shaped these towns and given them an edge over other places. The Michigan Edge. In the 20th century, the urban communities among Downriver were mainly populated with workers who were employed by the dozens of auto factories, manufacturing suppliers, shipbuilders, steel mills, and chemical plants that called the area home.
I just find that the early history, it's a way of life that we know little about, that we haven't experienced ourselves. And I think that's the big part of history, is to learn what our grandfathers and great-grandfathers and our ancestors did and how they handled the issues of the day so that they could kind of kick the can down the road for us. And a lot of people, they forget is that if you went any place back in those days, or if you got anything back in those days, chances are it came by water, because those were really the highways of the day.
The Downriver nickname originates from the fact that the 18 communities run south along the banks of the Detroit River before emptying into Lake Erie. Of the many communities, there are 4 townships: Brownstown, Ecorse, Grosse Ile, and Mawaganaw.
Well, I think Downriver, we have kind of like a unique segment here of society. I think that most people view us as being the hard-working, blue-collar people. And that's mostly true. Downriver, their waterfront was turned over early on to industry with Great Lakes Steel, Wyandotte Chem, and McLeod Steel, the Detroit Edison. So our waterfront was always taken up, by industry, and there were a lot of people that came to this area simply to find jobs and to make a life for themselves.
Throughout the 1920s, due to the close proximity to Canada, coupled with residents associated with the Purple Gang, Downriver soon became one of the nation's major bootlegging hubs during Prohibition.
Michigan was a dry state 2 years before Prohibition, before the Volstead Act passed. And all of Downriver played a part in Prohibition.
Thousands of residents of the Downriver communities began participating in rum running, and consequently reaped unbelievable riches from their activities.
There were places here in Trenton that were rumored to have activities during Prohibition. I had a friend that actually was my parents' age, that when he was a child, he used to walk up and down Riverside Drive, and he could always tell when there was a shipment coming in because they had a lookout up there on Riverside Drive. So he would go bugging, and the guy would give him like a quarter and tell him to get lost, and a quarter back in those days was a lot of money, But yeah, Downriver, Trenton, Grosse Ile, Gibraltar, certainly Wyandotte and Ecorse and Bruges, played more of a bigger role, like the speakeasies and stuff. It remained probably up until the mid-50s, really what you would say is a rural farming community. When I was a child, there were still farms up and down West Road. I thought I was a lucky kid, they'd always be there, but they evaporated one by one when the subdivisions started moving in. Downriver, each community has a unique story to tell, and we were blessed downriver with some really great natural resources. We had vast forests here of hardwood. In Trenton here, we had the quarry, and there was a quarry on Gros Isle and another quarry located down in Gibraltar. And to the west of us, we had prairies, which was really conducive to farming. So it was an attractive area for people to migrate here.
All of the 18 communities among Downriver have their own unique historic passages into history. Gros Isle, however, is especially unique. Founded in 1701 by Cadillac, the island got its French name as the French explorer searched for a fort. Though Gros Isle wasn't Cadillac's destination, he didn't head north along the river without giving the island its name. In the years that followed Cadillac's initial stop, the land was inhabited by the Potawatomi and Huron Indians. The Indians handed over Gros Isle on July 6, 1776, when the Marcoum brothers purchased the island. Gros Isle was also home to a prominent naval air station and school from 1927 until 1969. Throughout World War II, the Gros Isle Naval Station was the largest primary flight training station for naval aviators and RAF pilots. Among the many thousands of Navy pilots who began their careers at NASGI were former President George H.W. Bush and game show host Bob Barker. Just down the road from the former Naval Academy still stands a unique church known as St. James Church and Chapel. St. James was built with the life savings of $3,000 from the lifetime earnings of a freed black slave. Stay with us as we explore what gives Downriver, Michigan the edge today when the Michigan Edge continues.
Hey, Jennifer Fuzzmike, Trooper Money Slang. Aw, scram.
I'm Chris Mike, Jubby Rollbon, Shall to lead up in Kispet.
Peace, Charity, get town down.
Toot-faced dummy way.
Bro-na brood.
What?
With the top 100 shows preloaded, Xfinity is perfect for people who want to join the conversation. Catch up on the shows everyone is talking about. Get started with the Xfinity X1 Triple Play from Comcast for $99 a month for a whole year. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit Comcast.com today.
We're the Cronin Law Firm, bringing more to the table.
When you sit down with attorney Sabrina Cronin and her law firm, they'll stand up for your rights. Backed by a full-service investigative division, Cronin Law delivers results, whatever your legal issues may be. Your problems on the table, and see how much more Cronin Law can do for you.
We're the Cronin Law Firm, bringing more to the table.